Hello. Today I will be talking about the African excuse me, the African Shoumen, who was what studies find as a dark-skinned African was Ika. Skin shade 3 to 5 is most dark, and 5 to 6 is most light. We're able to calculate the odds of such a beige to black ombre person, resulting from outlier in their age, have white skin to be in the same proportion to African and the dark-skinned brothers. The case of one short Ash Kuda, and I will be going into other YouTube videos talking about Ash Kuda, is difficult to explain. Now, the African Shoumen is what study finds as an African man. That's just it to it. The studies have already calculated it and found it out. Now, for my other passage, if you can see the other passage who Shoumen was and the way he used to wear his hair, the man bun was actually a thing. I know, maybe, most likely, that many men and women would wear their hair in different styles, and I will get into that too. I will Google anything that I can Google and find out about. This is a Google passage from Google. You can Google this. Or I will read it again. The African Shoumen, who was what studies find as a dark-skinned African, was Ika. Skin shade 3 to 5 is most dark, and 5 to 6 is most light. We are able to calculate the odds of such a beige to black ombre person, resulting from outlier in their age, have white skin to be in the same proportion to African and the dark-skinned brothers. The case of one short Ash Kuda is difficult to explain. Now, like I said before, I will be explaining Ash Kuda, which is Ashkudu, which is difficult to explain. I'm beginning, like I said before, into Ash Kuda. The African Shoumen, who was what studies find as a dark-skinned African, which is in dark, bold letters. This is what this passage was mostly about, from Google. The African Shoumen, who was what studies find as a dark-skinned African. Shoumen was very, very rich. If you go back to my first video, I was talking about the African Shoumen, who was a son. And I will talk about his mother and father. The African Shoumen, who was a black brother, as you can see from this script, from this page from Google. Now, the African Shoumen, what studies find as a dark-skinned African, was Ika. Skin shade 3 to 5 is most dark, and 5 to 6 is most light. We are able to calculate the odds of such a beige to black ombre person, resulting from outlier in their age, have white skin to be the same proportion to African. Now what they're saying here, where it says have white skin to the same proportion African, is the dark-skinned brothers. Now, I will get into DG Kiki, which is an African gatekeeper. DG Kiki is a word that comes from the Yemello Dynasty. Now, in the Yemello Dynasty, there are 3 lands. And in my other YouTube videos, I will also get into that. You can get all this information from Google. Google is a wonderful thing. So if you have a computer, you can find all this out. This is the Yemello Dynasty. Yemello, which you can Google, and you can go to my YouTube and figure out more about. This is an image of the Yemello Dynasty, which is Africa. And as you can see, this is an African man with a man bun and a yellow robe. This is what the Yemello Dynasty would wear, because yellow was a bright and vibrant color. Thanks for watching.